Hi there everyone. Now, having to think back over the past, almost going on 8 years with Wilder now, to every safari I've hosted, there has been not one day that has passed where either myself or our guests, especially the newer guests to the photographic world, have faced challenges. And it can be frustrating, but the rewards, if you push through and conquer those challenges, are just so worth it. But as mentioned, every single day out on safari that I've hosted, we always encounter some or other photographic issue and problem. Thinking back to when my journey started, because we've all been there was a day where I picked up a DSLR camera for the very first time, not knowing what to do, not knowing how I'm going to better myself, but consistency, perseverance, and just trial and error and failing is really what got me through. And I can assure you that every single guide here in the Wildlife office will agree with me in saying that there's not a day that goes by on safari that someone, maybe themselves or the guest, will face a photographic challenge. And that's just part and parcel of the game. Can't always be easy, because then it'll never be as rewarding and or fun. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly get each guide in the Wildlife office to come and record a short stint to tell us what are either the one or some of the most common challenges that either they or the guests that they've hosted have faced when out on safari. And then also just a slight word of encouragement for whoever is a new photographer out there, or pretty avid photographers who are still struggling just to kind of get that aha moment and fully figure out how everything works and falls into place. So let me grab them and see what they have to say.
Okay, so I think probably one of the most common challenges people face on safari is getting a little bit flustered in that moment. For a lot of people, seeing a lion or a leopard in the wild is and always will be an amazing experience. But when action happens, I think people tend to get a little bit flustered and probably don't react as quickly to photograph that action. My advice or inspiration would be to practice. I think most of the people around have got pets. Practice those things. Throw balls at your pets, and try it from there.
Hello everyone. So my name is Trevor McCall-Pete from Wild Eye, and a frequent struggle, you can call it, that I find with guests out in the field is you're driving around, you're out on safari. Everything's exciting, there's lots to see, but when it comes to a photographic point of view, what I've found is that when things start to happen and there's a lot of action, people start to struggle in terms of camera settings or potentially missing a shot, and obviously that's not ideal, and it shouldn't always just be about the shot. It should be about embracing the moment. And one thing that I've learned over time, and this may help you, is it's not always what you do out in the field that can help you in terms of the photograph you're looking for. But for me, I used to play around in my garden, practice camera settings, getting an understanding of what camera settings you change in what conditions. And what this will allow you to do out in the field is, if you're conscious about it, is constantly evaluate your camera, check your settings, make sure that your settings are as close to perfect as possible, so that when you come around the corner and there's that surprise element of action going on, you snap away and you getting the shot that you're after, as opposed to hacking around with your settings and missing the whole scene entirely.
Right, so one of the things that my guests often struggle with when they're out on safari with me, and it's probably my fault, is because I try and teach everybody to shoot on full manual. Full manual, is speed. Now, I know it's a big ask trying to get people to control ISO, shutter speed, and aperture all at the same time. Our brains tend to get a little bit confuzzled, but all you need to do is just slow down. There will be many chances to take many incredible shots. Rather focus on getting your fingers and your thumbs and your hands to do everything you need them to do, and the creativity will come from that, and you'll be very chuffed with what you eventually come out with.
I think one of the things a lot of people, both new and older photographers, struggle with in the field is how to do something different. If you look at social media, a lot of the stuff starts looking the same, especially after COVID. It's just more lions, more leopards. So for new people, they come in with the idea that they have to do something different in order to stand out. That's not the case. You have to do the foundations. Yes, someone else might have taken that type of lion shot, but you haven't yet. So to check those basics, build the foundation, and then get up and build your portfolio from there. At that stage, and this is for new and more seasoned photographers, then you've got to get out of your own way. Allow yourself to try new things without worrying what other people are going to think. And that's the biggest thing that holds you back. I think after COVID, the mindset, moving forward, you should be grateful to go back to the places that you couldn't during that horrible time. And you should, in my mind, go and do a little bit of homework. If you've been to the Mara with us 10 times and you're coming for the 11th time, go and do some research, look at some different images, look at different content, and then when you go there, have a story that you want to tell. Go into the field intentionally. And I promise you, you're going to look at the world differently. You're going to shoot everything around you differently. And that to me, and I've seen this in a couple of trips now, when people go there with an open mind, they get out of their own way, and then they try and create something unique from their own point of view, forgetting what other people think, that's where the real magic is.
So there you have it from the team. Pretty much backs everything I'd written in that short write-up within the blog. And you just need to stay inspired and look to others for inspiration. But there's a very big difference when you're looking to them for inspiration rather than looking for them or to them, comparing yourself to them. You can't go and compare your level 4 to my level 14. So never ever compare yourself to other people, never compare your work to other people. The only real thing that you need to compare is the photographer you were yesterday. Now, as you keep going along this journey, this photographic journey, looking for growth and bettering yourself, don't be afraid to try new things. Don't be afraid to challenge yourself. Embrace those challenges and those obstacles that may come your way. Because one day, as you push through and keep moving on, and you look back, say a year later, you will be blown away as to the growth and how far you've come within your photography. I use myself as an example. The first time I picked up a DSLR camera, I had no idea what I was doing. And looking back at those photographs today, it's shocking. Back then, I thought they were amazing. And right now, I've seen my growth, I've seen how my journey's developed, and I hope that this short video and this short blog has inspired you just to keep pushing, just to try and continue to challenge yourself along this photographic journey. And one thing that I hope you always remember is that the greatest barrier between you as a photographer and your growth and your success and your glory, if we may, the greatest barrier between you and that level is the fear of failure. So do not be fearful. I mean, photography is a creative genre and it's a beautiful thing and it's an art form. So embrace it and just show off to the world who you are as a creative individual. Cool, guys. I hope this has helped. And if you have any questions, feel free. Reach out, get in touch. I'll happily assist. But yeah, for now, have a great day further and chat soon. Cheers.